Hey internet, not gonna be on very long tonight. It has been a hooey of a day. We did a big garage clean out at the church. It's been years since anyone was in that place, and oh man, yeah, I'm not gonna go into it entirely. It's been good though. It's been fun, cleaning things up, getting things organized. But basically, didn't eat from 8:30 until 2:30 because we were just moving, tables, chairs, paraments, all manner of things. So that was all done, and then came home and cooked, cleaned, errands, blah blah blah. It's just hoping to shut down right now at 8:50, and I want to go to bed a little bit early, get some rest, some shut eye for tomorrow, Sunday morning, and so. But wanted to check in because I kind of have made this commitment to live streaming every day, and now I've done it. I'm not going to check out quite that fast. I have one thing to say to you. Actually, maybe I got two things to say to you. The first thing is going to be, I've been talking or posting in various places about monetization and whether or not I've been monetized, demonetized at various times, and what kind of impact that's going to have on the future of free speech in America. So I may talk about that just a little bit more here, but I want to show you. So I did this video that was about, I can't remember what the video was about. Maybe it'll be in this picture when I bring this up. What was it? Yeah, the Catholic faith. Oh, it was about the Athanasian Creed, right? So I did this video about the Athanasian Creed, which is not what I would call controversial, right? Generally speaking, maybe between Mormons and all the other Christians in the world, but otherwise it's generally not controversial. And you can see here that along with having the most views for that period of time, also, I guess over here, here's your views, right? And can you see my mouse? I don't know if you can see my mouse. Anyway, you can see how it's also that orange circle there means it's been demonetized. It's like, oh, that's interesting. Well, why did they demonetize something? In theory, it's because their algorithms look at the title and the notes and the tags, and that's how they would choose or not choose to demonetize. Now, I can tell you that by and large, the notes that I use are very limited. I don't put much in them. And so it would either be the title or the tags. So the Catholic faith, right? That's one. And then here's a picture of, if I can get there. This is the notes and the description. And when it says buy books, it's always the same after that. So there's videos that are monetized with the stuff that's below that. That's not the problem. And then you can see the tags. So what I find really interesting is that I get it if they want to be like over careful about not subsidizing controversial topics, but I also find it really amazing that those words, right? What is it? Creed, Catholic, justification, Trinity, faith. Good? It can't be good. Athanasius? Like, what got this thing demonetized? And it's all computer. No one's looked at it yet. You can see even on the bottom picture that I can request a review. There's a blue link, and I can click there and go, come review this one. Well, I'd have to do that with a lot of them at this point. And it's all just because they're Christian, and I'm not sure I want to be on the radar. I think I've said that before in terms of having them looking too closely at this stuff, just because I don't want them to go after, well, like the video when I'm talking very carefully about, say, sexual relations with people of various other genders, non-other genders, that kind of thing. I don't really feel like just having them over my shoulder on that one. So I don't care about the money, but I care about what I think this is going to mean, because while the argument is made, and I think it's a fair argument. The argument is made that this is not the public square. This is a private organization, and it's a service that they provide, and you actually don't pay for. They give to you, and even then sometimes pay you for. And now they're not paying me on that video for this. Okay, that's cool. But, hold on, I'm going to go back a little bit. So, it is a private organization, and so do you really want, say, the United States government getting involved in controlling what they do or do not say, right? Because the only answer to, hey, YouTube, what are you doing, that isn't like a bunch of people saying, hey, YouTube, what are you doing, is the government getting involved. And I'm not sure I really want that either, because now the government's deciding who can talk and who won't talk. And if you think they're not going to silence anybody, you have not studied history at all. So I totally get that point of view, but that's not why I post about it. I don't post about it because I want the government involved. I post about it because I want people to know that it's out there, what's happening, and I want us as people, as nation, whatever side of the fence we're on, honestly, to say something about it. Because when you start censoring, it's only a little bit of time until someone else comes and censors you. Once YouTube decides that this is free speech and this is not free speech, we're going to allow this, we're not going to allow that, with very rare exception, it's only a matter of time until even those who are cheering that, like, yeah, go get those Christians or whatever it is, whoever it is, until it comes and gets them too, and they end up being silenced. Because eventually, when something gets as monolithic as YouTube is or Facebook is, they do want to control everything. That's what the robber barons did in the early Americas, early United States history. It's what all kinds of monopolies will do eventually. The one thing the U.S. government could do that might be good is just monopoly bust Google and Facebook, although I'd be very surprised to see them actually do that. But, okay, so I'm going to back up just a second, try to catch my thought on this, because what I do want to say, though, why do I think this is so important? Even though they are you got to wrap your head around this, even though they are a private organization, even though Facebook is a private organization, even though Google's a private organization, even though YouTube's a private organization, if they decide to silence you, then they've effectively removed you from the internet. Now, not entirely. You could still go find a corner. But if you had, and I don't have this many, right? But recently, and apparently it's been undone, but recently there was a certain kind of diet Facebook station of some kind. I think it was Diet. I don't even know. Who was removed from Facebook for being flagged too many times. And they had at the time, I think it was 11 million followers, something like that. Okay, well, if you're an organization or a company with 11 million followers, hopefully you have a lot of people on the mailing list, by the way. Sign up below. You haven't got one yet, have you? Yeah. So, but get down there just in case. If you're a group with 11 million followers and Facebook, eliminates you, you're not getting 11 million back somewhere else. It's not happening. So they have effectively removed you from the public square as we know it today. And this is the crazy thing. So right now we really do have a public square that's not a public square. We have a public square that is a private space. And I'm not saying I want the government involved in that. I don't want the U.S. to come in and tell us how to run that public space. At the same time, I'm not sure I want one company with one agenda and one or two or three or seven guys at the top in the little boardroom run that space either. Right? What I want is free speech. Right? I want the Constitution to run that space. And I don't know what the answer is to that, but I think we just all got to be aware of it, that it is very precarious at the moment. The internet, Facebook, YouTube, they were all sold to us as the leveling of the playing field. Everyone can be involved. And I'm all for that. But what's happening is the companies that have those spaces and control them privately still have to make money. And they also then tend to have a political lean, which tends to reflect the area of the country where they work exclusively. And that lean is going to increasingly look like it doesn't want quite the level playing field that maybe we were told would be there. And I don't care. So they demonetize me. Fine. That's fine. I just don't think it's the end. I only think it's just a whiff of what's actually going to happen, because the movements that are fascist, when they are fascist, do not just say, hey, be quiet, or hey, we're not going to pay you. That's how it starts. But eventually, they're silencing you. They're telling you that if you don't agree with them and you don't do what they say, then they're going to remove you entirely. I don't know. I don't care, in a sense. Jesus is going to come back. We're cool, right? We're good. We can live in our congregations and have the gospel and the sacraments. That's all good. But what I do want to do, again, is respond to anybody who's thinking like, oh, Pastor Fisk, why would you want the government to get involved? I don't. But I think it's really important that Christians be aware of everything that's going on in our world today. And I think you need to know that right now, Facebook and Google have more power to tell you what truth is in terms of what's going on in the world today than anything else that's out there. And yes, you can go and you can turn on CBS. If you really feel like having to just not know what's going on, you can go turn on the TV too, right? So Twitter, yeah, there's other places you can get in, but once they ban you from those, right? If they take you away from those, or they take voices away from those that are actually calling out things that are happening that they don't want to know to be happening, where are we? Yeah. Anyhow, I really wasn't planning to go too hard on that tonight, but I didn't have anything else worthy to talk about. And again, I am exhausted, so I'm going to go to bed and do church, and then we'll see what happens if I come in here and do something tomorrow afternoon. Yeah. Oh, this was the other thought, though. So Tim Ferriss, who I'm a big fan of, is doing a new thing. I thought it was interesting. I don't know, but you will have to go through the contact page. I'm not going to look at comments for this response. So if you see this and you're like, yeah, do that, then go through my contact page, not through here, because I want to really keep track of this. It's kind of a cool idea, though. So he is moving toward a non-advertisement, instead a patron style model, but he's not using Patreon to my knowledge. And in order to facilitate this, because he's making a huge transition from his podcast, which is making lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of money with advertising, he's having a transition from that to support from fans. He's got kind of a window to try it out. He may not stick with it, but I thought the idea was really cool, which was in order to encourage his fans, who are legion, to sign up for his patron feed, and I don't know what he's using again. He is going to do a once a month, 1 hour, limited live Q&A chat with those, and only open to those who are actually supporters of his financially through the patron feed group, whatever he does. I thought, well, that's really interesting, because I got the Patreon feed, and I got some of you on there, and I know definitely that you're paying for the podcast and this and all that, and that yay, helpful. What I want to know is, is that something that you would like if you're already on? Is that something that if you're not on, you would get on for that reason? Yeah. Would that be beneficial to you? It would be a place where, again, I'm planning to do probably some sort of Q&A anyway, but it'd be a place where we could go a little deeper. So sometimes I get those emails just like, well, that's kind of hard. We're not going to really deal with that right now. So it'd be a place where that could come up and we could kind of deal with it a little bit. Limited, though, because, of course, I'm not going to be your pastor. But let me know what you think. Send a contact message through redfist.com. Go there and send the contact page. Oh, man, I'm going to get a lot of email. I hope not. And let me know what you think. Because I thought it was kind of a cool idea. And again, I want to do that Saturday morning chill thing. Maybe that's what that should be, though. Yeah? What would you do if you like the Saturday morning chill, 1 hour, 2 hour live stream Q&A idea, but then if that were broadcast somehow behind a paywall and then released a month later, would you like that? Would you not like that? Would it be worth it to you? I don't know. Just thinking out loud, too. No plans. So, cool. Waiting for your mug. I do not have a mug like Crowder, but I do have some stuff you can buy, but it's way hidden, and maybe someday we'll find it again. Right on. So, I'm going to go to bed and get up and do the church thing tomorrow. It's a good thing. Today was all about getting that thing tomorrow good. And then we'll see you at another time. Rock on. I got to hit this twice. Rock on.